Little did I know. From shadows to light, my story. Chapter 2. The Turbulent Teenage Years. Adolescence arrives not as a gentle transition, but as a torrent, sweeping David into a world of new freedoms, risks, and revelations. Chapter 2 traces his journey through canoes, camps, and curtain calls, where the lessons of brotherhood, belonging, and resilience are forged in the unpredictable currents of teenage life. Through triumphs and turbulence, David begins to discover the person he is becoming, shaped by both the shadows and the light of these formative years. The rise of Coach, hustling, humiliation, and high school turf wars. 10th grade introduced a new operating system for me. Name, reputation, currency. Where 9th grade had been scramble and survival, sophomore year felt like practice for power. They called me Coach now, a nickname handed down by seniors and ankle snap jokes, and I wore it like a second skin. My hoodie was no longer just clothing, it was a toolbox. In its kangaroo pocket, I carried my product and my leverage. A small bag of joints, a little cash, a token of access. At Cohoes High, labels bought you doors. Kids called me Coach, Lids, the guy at Greenbrier Park. I had the things that mattered in that ecosystem. Weed, a little cash, the ability to throw a party. With that came something I'd been starving for. Clout. Approval. Entry into a circle that used to ignore me. But every currency has a cost, and every crown a challenger. 2 local reputations saw me rising and took offense. There was Robert Lajeunesse. He had the lanky mock host look and a tongue that could make a rumor metastasize. He spread a story that cut deeper than a shove, said I was a narc, said I'd been talking to Cohoes police. The rumor worked like salt in an already sore place because, unknown to most, John and I were related by blood. Family and feud wrapped into one. Then there was Danny Lennon, a short, hard animal who made gym class feel like a cage match. He sat behind me in English, tugged my hair, shoved my books, punched without warning as if he were proving gravity. Sometimes his blows were sport. Sometimes they were ownership. I learned to tolerate pain because it came with a profit line I wasn't ready to give up. I learned other things too. The power of quiet timing, the tiny rewards of small thefts. I learned Danny's locker combination. It wasn't a grandiose criminal plan, more a petty improvisation that felt like survival. Quiet halls, empty moments, open locker, empty jacket, Marlboros, lighters, a handful of bills, a dime bag of weed, loose joints. Enough to frustrate him, never enough to get me caught. That rhythm lasted, sporadic strikes over 2 years, the thefts measured, surgical. The illusion of power grew faster than the reality. I was still under 5 feet tall. I weighed hardly 90 pounds. My body was a contradiction to my swagger. Scrawny, flat-chested, a kid trying on menace like an oversized coat. But reputation is a social costume. If you wear it with enough audacity, people start to use it. Then one day, the costume revealed a new seam. I pulled the leather jacket open like I had 100 times, and this time something cold and small lay deeper than breath and cigarettes. It was a discovery that didn't feel like a win. It felt like a ledger changing the balance. Not a token, not an accessory. A snub-nosed .357 revolver. Eek! The quiet arithmetic of risk suddenly leveled up. That find became my pause button. Whatever illusion of invulnerability I had, whatever fun there was in petty thievery, lost its luster when the stakes looked back. I stepped back, let him reclaim turf. The title of king pot dealer shrank back into his hands. The ecosystem at Cohoes High was cruel, brilliantly pragmatic, and unforgiving. Your reputation bought you friends and enemies in equal measure. I had learned that lesson many times over, that in that economy, pain was part of the exchange rate. You traded dignity for protection, safety for status, and sometimes the debt came with consequences you didn't want to imagine. Thank you for spending this time with me, the Pussycat Wizard. These moments we share, whether in shadows or in light, are threads in a much larger story, one I'm honored to tell with you beside me. As always, the journey continues. The next chapter subsection is waiting, and I'd be honored if you'd walk with me a little further down this road. Until then, keep the wonder alive, and I'll see you in the next episode of Little Did I Know.
In the quiet of my mind, a tempest rages. Mother's convictions, the script of ages. Her voice a beacon in the fog of my prose. David, she chides, in secrecy it goes. Beneath my breath, a silent plea. Mother, I hear you, but can you hear me? Your savior, your faith you implore, I embrace. Yet within, I wrestle with my own grace. Torn between the divine and my truth. A son's love, a personal sleuth. Have you surrendered? You persistently ask. In your version of Jesus, should I bask? Jane, your call for aid. He's different, you say. A label pre-made. In your eyes I see the fear of a son's path, not straight but queer. Stand at the crossroads of self. My identity, not just a book on the shelf. Mother, your love I'll always hold dear, but my journey is mine. Let this be clear.